Assalamualaikum, my name is Kumaira binti Muhammad Fauzi and my metric number 286001 and I'm from group 2. I'm going to present about our group assignment, which is safety walkabout in Cafe Cengkeh. We chose Cafe Cengkeh for our group assignment because Cafe Cengkeh is one of the cafes in UM that be one of the student attraction. It is because Cafe Cengkeh is near the classes, so it will be easy for the student to buy some food while waiting for the next class. The environment of the cafes need to be safe for the student and workers to avoid any incident or injuries. In this report, we will identify the hazard that could lead to accident, risk assessment, and risk control of Cafe Cengkeh. In order to collect the information, we use primary and secondary data. For primary data, we do an observation at Cafe Cengkeh itself to identify the hazard, and we use secondary data to get more information from website and journal articles. In this report, we will identify some of the hazards including fall hazard, ergonomic hazard, electrical hazard, and biological hazard. Based on the hazard that we identify, we will describe about hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control for each of the hazards.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurul Shazwani binti Darus Islami. My metric number is 288084. I will present about fall hazard at Cafe Cengkeh. Fall hazard is anything that can cause someone to lose balance or lose their body support and results in a fall. Any walking or working surface can be a potential fall hazard in a workplace. Falls at work can be categorized into three types of falls, which is falls at the same level, falls to a lower level, and swing falls. Fall hazard in Cafe Cengkeh only involve falls at the same level. The picture shows a wet surface close to the sink that can lead to serious consequences if someone falls. Slippery surface pose a risk of accidents, especially slips and falls, due to reduced traction between the walking surface and shoes. Slippery surfaces can cause workers and customers who pass through the area to be at risk of falling if they are not aware of the situation. Besides that, Cafe Cengkeh also has an uneven surface as shown in the picture. An uneven surface refers to a ground or flooring that is not level or flat, showing variations in height. Uneven surface in the cafe can cause slipping or tripping. Workers and customers who are not aware of the surface will be at risk of falling because some people do not notice the uneven surface because the surface has only a slight difference from other surfaces. There are several fall consequences that the victim will experience. One of the consequences that the victim will face is physical injuries. Falls can result in various injuries from minor bruises and sprains to fractures. The victim also may face back injuries and head injuries depending on the way they land while falling. The severity of the injury depends on the height of the fall and the landing surface. The slippery surface could lead the victim to fall on their back and cause bad back pain. Meanwhile, the uneven surface can make the victim trip and injure themselves on head as it is near the chair and table. Other than that, the victim might suffer long-term health consequences. Non-fatal falls can have long-lasting effects on a worker's physical and mental health. Chronic pain and disability are among the potential consequences of fall. Head injuries should not be taken lightly as they are more likely to result in serious internal injuries. Falling that involves the spine is also very dangerous and can cause a slip disc or paralysis if a very strong impact occurs. There are various actions that employers can take to avoid the risk of falling at work. Appropriate control action to prevent fall hazard is to keep floors clean and dry as much as possible. The owner of Cafe Cengkeh needs to ensure that employees always keep the cafe floor clean and dry to reduce the risk of falling. In addition, the owner of Cafe Cengkeh can also buy an anti-slip mat and place it at the sink. Anti-slip mats can reduce the risk of falling because the holes in an anti-slip mat will keep the water on the floor and not on the mat. In addition, the owner of Cafe Cengkeh needs to ensure that the floor is in good condition because an uneven floor can cause anyone who passes through it to have the risk of falling as a result of tripping. The owner of Cafe Cengkeh must ensure that the floor of the cafe is even in every corner to ensure the safety of customers and employees. Cafe owners need to modify the cafe floor so that every corner of the floor in the cafe is even. Employees and customers should also always be careful while working so that any injury can be avoided.
Hi, my name is Karunis Sabinturusli. My metric number is 287775. I will present about ergonomic hazard. The picture shows the table and stool at the cafe cengkeh that can cause ergonomic hazard. The stool is an elevated seat without armrest or a backrest that is typically supported by four legs. The stool condition is expected and ergonomic risk is anticipated. This is because the design of the seat depth is small and hard. Besides that, another possible ergonomic hazard that customer of cafes may encounter is poorly designed table. Having a table that is too high or too low might make diners uncomfortable by forcing them into uncomfortable position. Next is the consequence of ergonomic hazard. Sitting on a wooden seat or stool is just uncomfortable. This is because the wooden seat is too high, too low, and has the wrong orientation to promote a neutral sitting posture. A stiff spine can cause pain, which is typically felt in the neck, shoulder, hips, and lower back. Poor sitting posture can cause compression of the spinal disc, which can lead to early degeneration and the start of chronic discomfort. The table at an inappropriate height, which lead to awkward posture. The muscle in your neck and shoulder can become more stressed when you look down or flex your neck. Lastly is appropriate control action to prevent ergonomic hazard. First, it provides pleasant sitting and table. To encourage pleasing dining, make sure the table are at the right height, the seats are suitably and comfortable. Around 80 inches should be the perfect distance between the floor and the seats of a chair. Besides that, seat depth and width are also important to look at. Most individuals find that a seat should be between 18 and 20 inches wide and between 18 and 80 inches deep.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Anisa binti Ismail and my metric number is 288532. I will explain about the electrical hazard. Electrical hazard is a potential risk or danger connected to the presence of electricity. Electrical hazard can cause and lead to the electrical shock, fire, or explosion and also burns. And significantly, we know electrical box is to supply the electricity to the customer at the cafe. But however, electrical box can become an electrical hazard without the notice of the customer. Next is the consequence of electrical hazard. First is electrical shock, and why electrical shock happen is because the electrical box is close to the source of water, and this will increase the risk of electrical shock. And the effect of electrical shock to the person is a burn, and the worst is the burn on their whole body, and this will cause the external disability to that person. And the second one is the fire and explosion. Why the fire and explosion is because is the overloaded circuit in the electrical box as is not properly managed and handled by the expertise. And lastly is for the environment. It can cause the air pollution from the smoke of the explosion and the noise pollution from the explosion of the electrical box. And lastly are the control action that can be done to prevent the electrical hazard. Firstly, make sure the electrical box is away from the source of water that can make the electrical shock happen. And next, we should not neglect the proper wiring inside the electrical box and should be well maintained by the expertise. And furthermore, we should give a continuous education to the people out there so they know the safety and regulation when handling and also when they get close to these electrical things. And lastly, we should have regular inspection to prevent the overloaded circuit in the electrical box. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, today I'm here to discuss a critical aspect of maintaining a safe and hygienic environment in cafe shinke, which is biological hazard associated with full trash cans. In the context of overflowing trash can, can pose significant health risks to both customers and employees. Moreover, often associated with the presence of microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites that can cause disease. Biological hazards encompass risks posed by living organisms, and in a cafe setting, a full trash can lead to several consequences. For the first one is spread of pathogens. The presence of food waste attracts pests, spreading diseases like causing microorganisms. The second one, odor and air quality issues. Decomposition of organic matter result in unpleasant odors, impacting air quality in that area. For the third one is increased risk of infection. Improperly managed trash can become breeding ground for harmful bacteria. To address these concerns, we propose a set of proactive contractions. For the first one is regular trash removal. Emptying trash can multiple times a day minimize pest attraction and contamination risk. The second one is monitoring system. Implementing a field level monitoring system help identify and address hazards before they escalate. For the third one is waste segregation. Properly segregate different types of waste to facilitate appropriate disposal and reduce contamination risk. Next is education and training. Educate staff and customer on waste disposal guidelines to foster a culture of responsible waste management. The fifth one is effective pest control. Regular inspection, sealing entry points, and strategic trap placement help prevent the spread of disease-causing organisms. Last but not least is maintaining cleanliness and hygiene. Regular cleaning and sanitization, along with the use of disinfectants, eliminate potential biological hazards. Thank you. That's all for me.
In conclusion, if every party takes part in their responsibilities, it will increase the risk of hazard that can harm employees. Employees also can work in a safer place every day without worrying about their safety. Students and staff that went to the cafe also will be secured from the hazard. In order to decrease the risk of hazard at Cafe Cengkeh, employees must have their daily schedule to do a daily check of the environment to ensure that the environment will be in a safe condition to avoid any potential risk of injuries among employees or students.